Hi, this is Happy Bird from happybirdsglitternest.blogspot.com, and today I'm going to show you how to make these really simple and beautiful earrings for gift giving. You can find all of the elements at Michael's or any craft store, as well as on eBay or Etsy. They're made with just a few very simple things, very easy to put together, and every time I've made this design, I've received a really positive response from everyone. So stay tuned and I'll show you how to make these stacked earrings. Before we start, here is a list of the following items you'll need for each pair of earrings. 2 10mm wide crystal rondelles, 4 6mm daisy spacers, 4 4mm daisy spacers, 4 4mm AB crystal bicones, 2 head pins that are a strong gauge, and 2 earring hooks. And for the tools, you'll need a pair of round nose pliers, pair of flat nose pliers, and a nipper tool. So with that said, we'll get started. Okay, we're going to start by making the beautiful lilac and silver colored one. And we're going to start by taking a strong gauge head pin. Now this is 3 inches long. You certainly don't need it this long. If you use a 1.5 inch or a 2 inch, that would be fine. And Michael's has some nice strong gauge head pins in the bead landing section. So we're going to place the 4mm AB crystal bicone on first, then the 4mm daisy spacer, the 6mm daisy spacer, and this is a 10mm wide crystal rondelle, kind of a lavender color, and then another 6mm daisy spacer, a 4mm daisy spacer, and lastly a 4mm AB crystal bicone, like that. Now I'm going to put this right here on my finger and hold the rest of the beads down. And I'm going to come in with my round nose pliers and make a bend at an angle. And I'm going to cut all except about 1/4 of an inch off, like that. Then I'm coming back in with my round nose pliers and I'm going to curve it like this towards me, and then go back in, curve it a little more, now the back part here, I'm going to give it a little push backwards here, make it look more like a hook, and I'm just going to go all the way around until I can see that this is touching. There we go, just like that. I'm going to straighten it up a little bit with my flat nose pliers, and then there we go. So now I'm going to take a little earring hook and open this up by bending it, and then just sliding this on through the pack, and then wiggle it until it touches. And I like to kind of do this too. And then we have a pair of gorgeous earrings that look beautiful enough for gift giving, and the person can enjoy this all year long, not just at Christmas. So I'm going to set these earrings aside, and we'll do another pair. Okay, this one is a little different. I decided to make a pair of birthstone earrings for myself, and I didn't have the rondelle, but I did have an 8mm cut faceted bead here, and I believe I picked this up from Michael's, and it's not crystal, but it's a pretty bead in a garnet color. So this is 8mm, and so what I'm going to do is take a head pin, and once again, you don't need a head pin this long. I'm going to place an AB crystal 4mm bicone on the head pin, and then a 4mm daisy spacer, a 6mm daisy spacer, an 8mm round faceted cut bead, a 6mm daisy spacer, a 4mm daisy spacer, and a 4mm AB crystal bicone. And I think it turned out really pretty, even though the middle bead here was a little smaller. I'm going to bend this over at an angle and cut all except about 1/4 of an inch off. And I'm going to come back in with my little round nose pliers and twist it towards me. Then I'm going to go back in and kind of push it back a little bit, and then continue to roll until I can see that this is touching the other side, which it is. So now I'm just going to take my flat nose pliers and kind of straighten it up. And let's get an earring hook here. And these earring hooks, I've heard them called French hooks, I've heard them called shepherd's hook, I've heard them called so many different things. You can actually make your own. They have some kind of a jig that you can take the wire and make your own little hooks like that, if that's something that you want to do. Alright, so I'm going to slip this on through the back, and then close it, wiggle it back and forth until it touches. And we have this beautiful pair ready for gift giving. And I'll show you how to do one final pair. Okay, this earring here, it's made with a 10mm wide crystal rondelle, and it has kind of a pearlescent look to it. It's very pretty. It has a faceted cut. So I'm going to take a 4mm blue bicone, place that there, and a 4mm daisy spacer, a 6mm daisy spacer, the 10mm wide crystal rondelle, another 6mm daisy spacer, a 4mm daisy spacer, and then lastly the 4mm blue crystal bicone, like that. I'm going to hold it like that on my finger and bend it at an angle. Cut all except about 1/4 of an inch off. Go back in with your round nose pliers, turn it towards you, like so. Now turn to the you can see in the side. I'm going to give it a little bend back to make it look more like a hook, and then just continue until you can see those two pieces touching. And you're going to straighten this up. Go back in there and make sure that it's really touching each other. Yeah. And I always said, if you have a strong enough gauge head pin, you won't need to do the wrapped loops. At least that's been my experience. So now, I'm going to take another earring hook and slip this through here. Wiggle it until it touches. And then you have a pair of beautiful earrings. And I'm also going to include a link to my friend Craftie's YouTube channel. She has made a lot of really easy bead dangles. And you can use these as charms or earrings. And she also has the videos that are a little more detailed, and they'll show you how to make your own little charms and bead dangles. And I'll make sure, like I said, to put a link down below in the Show More drop-down bar so you can check out her channel. She has so many wonderful things. So we have our 3 pairs right here. And I've had a lot of positive response from making this design. It's very simple, very easy. You don't need a ton of elements to create these. And they're very sparkly. Give you a little bit of a close-up here. So thank you so much for sticking with me and putting up with the tail end of my raspy voice from my cold. And God bless each and every one of you. Take care and God bless. Merry Christmas.